It's all about children in our area and getting a great game of golf in at the same time. Find out what it's all about. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on an upcoming event to benefit Toys for Tots and the special needs and disabilities of Horry County. And we're visiting with Nick Kuruc, the Director of Golf Marketing at TPC Myrtle Beach. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming in. I hope I got the title right.
Yes, it is. It's correct, and it's my pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. And to think we're this close, it kicks off next Monday.
That's correct.
For 4 days?
The 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay, great. This is a big deal to have reduced rates that dramatically. Go ahead and break down real quick how you all came up with this idea and why it's such an important time right now.
Well, it's part of the PGA Tour Charities giving back to the community. We started it off last year just about the same time, had a great turnout of people as well as toys. Both charities were very pleased, and we decided to do it again this year. Last year, I believe we did it for 3 days. We've extended it for 1 additional day. Normally, the cheapest you can play the TPC is $49. That's kind of a local rate that we publicize every once in a while. So now we're knocking it down to $39 if a toy worth $10 to $15 is donated. That toy has to be unopened.
It has to be unopened.
That's correct.
And you've got a good cutoff as to the value of the toy. It needs to be a $10+ $10
to $15.
That's
yeah,
great.
That's correct.
I was thinking this morning it'd be so easy to run out to Dollar Store or Dollar General and buy tons of those dollar toys, but y'all are really going to be monitoring that.
Well, it's amazing. Last year we found the quality of the toys to be very good. I think that people are very conscious of giving back to the community, as is the PGA Tour.
And last year, were you all focused on the Toys for Tots group as well as the Horry County needs and special
We split everything right down the middle for both facilities, and they were just absolutely thrilled. In fact, I think there were 2 or 3 carloads, van loads of toys that we gave to each charity.
Wow, that is fantastic.
It's amazing.
Yeah, real quick about yourself. For viewers who may not have met you down at the TPC there in Murrells Inlet, are you originally from the area?
No, basically I'm from upstate New York. This is kind of a second career for me. I retired after 33 years of working for a major company, R.J. Reynolds Tobacco.
Sure.
I was in sales and marketing with that company. Took about a year off, retired at 54 years old, and just basically played golf and got tired of doing that. So I decided to get into golf marketing, and I was with a golf marketing for a short period of time, and then I joined the TPC network.
You were with a different golf marketing company.
That's correct.
Right,
the company it sold package golf.
Of course, in our viewership, you know, the bulk of our viewers are in the PD and southeastern North Carolina. A heck of a lot of tobacco farmers in the area, a heck of a lot of tobacco. I mean, we've got counties in our viewing area like Marlborough County. And
of course.
So there's surely a thought of, there's probably quite a few tie-ins with RJR. Talk about 33 years with R.J. Reynolds. That's a big deal.
Well, I started off as a sales representative in Binghamton, New York, and then I was promoted after a year and a half into management, and I served in various capacities: assistant division manager, division sales manager, key account manager, and finally ended up a national account manager in the state of New Jersey for the northeastern United States.
And how exactly did that work? Do you mind me? We've got a little time. What would you be marketing? I mean, what was the move there?
My job mainly was to contact, my last position was mainly to contact large national chains like Walmart and Kmart, large grocery store chains, CVS, drugstore, headquarter points, and sell our programs as well as our products. And also involved in that was a lot of PR work and eventually sports marketing. So I got involved with NASCAR, Winston drag racing, Vantage golf, and even skiing. And that's kind of what led me into the second career that I have now, which is really a dream job.
It is. It's got to be. Actually, being out on a course and having been a golfer, I'm sure much of your life to be able to monitor what happens out there must be thrilling.
I really enjoy going to work every day. It's as I said, it's a dream job.
And to be at TPC Myrtle Beach, as you said before we started the interview, a heck of a lot of folks may not know. There's a TPC in our viewing area in Horry, Georgetown County area, but then B, not to really understand the significance of having a TPC course even here in the area.
Correct. The TPC of Myrtle Beach was, I believe, the 100th golf course built in Horry County, that opened in Horry County. And it's part of a network of courses that are, it's basically 15 private facilities up and down the eastern seaboard, and then 10 public access facilities. The TPC of Myrtle Beach is open to the public. You can play golf there. You can eat there. It is not a private facility, although we do have a membership, and we're in the process of developing a membership for the development around us. Basically speaking, the course is open to the public, both local as well as package play from all over the country.
And you do quite a bit of package play. Now,
we do.
For a viewer who may not be familiar with package play, what exactly does that mean?
Package play basically means that I come down here as a golfer and I book three rounds of golf at various golf courses of my choice, and also add accommodations to it and pay one price. And that's a big part of our business.
Multiple golf facilities oftentimes.
That's
I think
correct.
I saw on your website at tpcmyrtlebeach.com earlier this morning, down in the bottom right corner, there was a Pauley's Plantation logo, and I thought, well, that's interesting.
Correct.
But that is a golf package that you all would do with someone like Pauley?
That's probably our biggest golf package. That's called the Tour Trail package, and that involves Pauley's Plantation and staying at Pauley's Plantation in their condos. It involves Wachesaw East, which is where the LPGA event was held for 5 years here.
Right.
It also involves the TPC of Myrtle Beach, which was the home of the 2000 Senior Tour Championship. So that's why we call it the Tour Trail.
Right. Very smart. Tournament Players Club course. I mean, TPC obviously stands for that. What's the significance of that? Obviously, I mean, you talked about 15 courses and 10 others up and down the eastern seaboard, but what's the significance of the ownership structure there?
The Tournament Players Club Network was founded by Dean Beeman, who was commissioner of the PGA Tour. And Mr. Beeman wanted to have venues, golf courses, where tournaments could be played. The thinking being, when you have a tournament, you pay X number of hundreds of thousands of dollars to a golf club to rent that facility for the week. If you have a tournament event at a TPC, there's no charge to the PGA Tour, mainly because the PGA Tour owns the TPC.
Okay.
So most of the TPC facilities have golf tournaments. We do not have one at this time, but we are working on another event coming back here.
What are some of the things that have to be done when you say working on another event coming back in the next few years? What are some of the things that need to be done to help make that happen? And what could the community, our community, whether it's the Horry-Georgetown community or our viewers in the PD and southeastern North Carolina, do to help make that happen? And why would they care?
Well, first of all, this is a golf area. I mean, there's 115 plus golf courses, and multiple thousands of people come here to play every month. I think what has to happen, we're one disadvantage here because we do not have an industry that could support the whole backing of a tournament, like a Buick, like a Chrysler, like a Eastman Kodak or a Xerox. So we don't have that kind of backing here. The main industry here is tourism. So we have to get, one thing we would have to get involved is the state tourism department for backing, as well as multiple backers in the area, probably real estate developers, because that's basically your biggest industry right now. So it's a matter of pulling together all these pieces, seeing if there's an interest, bringing someone from the PGA Tour department in here to talk about that, and then putting something together. And that's why I say, hopefully speaking, we'll do something by 2006, because we need the time to do that.
Nick, what are some of the big benefits for a community? I mean, you know, you've got some pros coming in, obviously, to play, but, you know, you've got golfers coming in, and is it the fans? I mean, what are some of the big benefits for a community of getting a tournament here? Why would viewers want to work to help make that happen?
Well, I think it puts the place on the map, first of all, first and foremost. And I believe that if the tournament is run right with sponsorships, you're going to get great exposure for the tourism industry in Myrtle Beach, as well as whatever other backing would be involved.
So you need a actual big company. I mean, we think of communities like Pinehurst,
Correct.
which really are not necessarily thought of other than being recognized for their golf courses. I'm not sure what the big industry would be in that area. What is the significance of that? I mean, you mean a big company to help underwrite it?
That's correct.
Okay.
It has to be underwritten, and then you have to get a charity involved.
Right.
The charity would also have to underwrite it, too. I can't say what we have in mind right now because we're working on a number of alternatives, but our thinking in putting a tournament together for 2006 would probably be a nationwide tour event, which right now, believe it or not, is the #2 tour as far as professional caliber out there. It is not the Champions Tour. #1 is PGA Tour. #2 would be the Nationwide Tour. This is kind of like the AAA of the PGA Tour, and many players go between the two tours as far as playing both venues. We'd like to get the nationwide event here. We'd like to make some changes versus the way the Champions or the Senior Tour event was run before. We want to make this a 4-day happening. In other words, not only would golf be played and not only would you have a pro-am, but we're looking at doing things like having a separate event each day that would get local people involved to come out to the course, not just to come out to watch golf, but to come out to the course and see what other events we're doing.
Sure, as well as
so it's not an easy thing to do, and I'm not saying that we're going to have it, but we are working on something for 2006.
You know, we think about courses that have held, obviously you all had the Senior Tour there right after opening or right at the same time, the Dunes Club, Beach and Golf Club, and you mentioned Ouachita East that had held the other tournament for such a long time. Are there other courses that would be vying for that, or is there kind of a recognition, everyone steps back and says there's a TPC course here now, we really have to give deference to them, they're the one, and other courses want to help make that happen. Do you find support, whether it's Golf Holiday or other folks that really work to help just bring the recognition to the Myrtle Beach area by having one course be the host?
I think that the powers that be in Myrtle Beach realize that anyone that has a tournament, the residual effects are going to be beneficial to all.
Right.
I don't think any other course, to answer your question, would be involved in getting a nationwide event or any other event. I believe there was some talk about one of the major courses here looking at I believe, the U.S. Senior Open. And I don't know what's happened with that. I haven't heard anything, so it may be dead in the water. But we're moving forward with doing this, and I think it could be beneficial to the entire community, and it certainly would be beneficial to the TPC of Myrtle Beach as far as really putting it on the map here. Because what happens when the average golfer watches a tournament event on television and he looks at various holes that have character, the next thing they want to do is come and play that golf course. And I can speak from a position of strength saying that the spike in play that happens after the Players' Championship in Sawgrass is held is unbelievable. And we want to see that same type of thing happen here.
And of course, that's so exciting for some of the package deals. I mean, that's great for anyone who's associated with the course that lands the PGA event, is that aspect of all the courses.
That's very true.
Very, very important. And of course, we haven't yet gotten to the grill. That's another great reason folks would want to get out there to see an event so that they could fall in love with the grill. And is that open to the public now?
The TPC grill is open to the public. It is open, the hours, I brought those with me, are 7 to 10:30 a.m. for breakfast, and they're open 11 to 3 for lunch every day, 7 days a week. In fact, the only day the course is closed is actually Christmas Day. So it's open every day. And we do dinners on special demand. We do quite a number of small dinners, business-oriented or social organization dinners, anywhere from 30 people to up to 100.
Now, Nick, you were at the course last year. When, you know, one of the fascinating things I wanted to ask you about was that aspect of, with the 33 years at RJR and some of those last years with NASCAR, recognizing some of the amazing events, and of course, Winston having pulled out their involvement in NASCAR. It's now the Nextel Cup, I guess, what was known as the Winston Cup Series for so long. What about some of that experience that you garnered in those latter years of your time there at RJR that have been able to help you in this new position over the last couple of years at TPC Myrtle Beach?
Well, I think a lot of the contacts that I made, the types of contacts that I made and the things that I did just roll right over. Sports marketing is sports marketing, and sales and marketing are intertwined, as we all know. And I think my experience was invaluable, probably especially the last few years when I had the opportunity to work at a very high level with executives of major corporations, and that is certainly carried forth to working with the PGA Tour, which I do.
You know, I was wondering, what did RJR do after they left NASCAR? Where have they put those funds? Do you know?
Probably, I would say, into print media a little bit. It's a very difficult situation, and the reason that they left NASCAR was because it was no longer beneficial to advertise, because advertising was so suppressed. So there was no point in spending the millions and millions of dollars they did every year, and every year they raised the prize pot for NASCAR. They raised it significantly. So it just reached a point where they were putting money to a point into something that wasn't paying them back.
Right. Reaching folks that were already
That's correct.
Sizably interested in that product, I'm sure.
It's no different in the golf business. Every year, if you read the newspapers, they will tell you that the pots for these PGA Tour events are being increased. Well, it has to come from somewhere. Of course, as any other business, you have sponsors that pull out, and then we have to add sponsors. And the big thing is, the sponsor has to determine if they're getting their money's worth out of the money they're spending. And I can tell you, to put on a PGA Tour event, you have to come up with at least $5.5 million.
Wow.
That's a tour event.
Yeah.
Now, you can get a satellite tour event, which would be a satellite tour event is a tour event that is of lesser significance. In other words, when the Masters is being played or an event like the Ryder Cup, there are other events going on. They don't draw the same kind of crowd. You could probably do that for about $3 to $4 million. To get a Champions Tour event, it's around $3 million. To get a nationwide tour event, you can probably do that for less than $1 million.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Wow. Well, that's surely correct. Something that would be doable in this area.
Very, very doable, I think.
That's very exciting. Nick, obviously you were there last year when you all had the event also to benefit the similar charities. And can you share with viewers how well that was received? And I know you talked about a couple of truckloads of toys going out, but surely our big focus today is what y'all are kicking off. And again, the phone number, if a viewer wanted to call to learn more about it, if they were just catching the tail end of your interview and missed it, what's the best number for a viewer to call?
It's 357-3399, extension 1, and that's area code 843.
843, and this would be something that would be available to our viewers in the PD, Southeast North Carolina, all around. They could all come in and get this benefit. This
is actually open to only residents of Horry, Georgetown, and Brunswick counties.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I'm sorry.
Correct.
Okay, that's important. That's important. This is only open to residents of Horry, Georgetown, and Brunswick County.
That's correct.
And they can come in and bring in a toy that's valued at more than $10 to $15.
That's correct.
And then get the benefit of the round for $39.
Yes, we sold out all days with play last year to do this. We draw mainly, to do an event like this, we draw from a number of sources. The first source we draw from is our Friends of the TPC program, which is mainly our locals program. If you look at the Sun News and the golf section, there are ads every morning advertising pricing to play different courses. We never advertise a price. We do have a locals program called Friends of the TPC. It costs $20 to join. That's a one-time administrative fee. Once joined, you have to supply us with an email address, and then every Monday you get an email from my office telling you which times are open. You can play the course anytime for $49, providing that the time is open on your email. That's our first source. We have about, I would say, over 300 people in that database. We also draw from local golf clubs. We open this up to local private clubs that have a membership, as well as semi-private clubs. And we will fax them and let their members know they can bring a group out and play if they bring a toy, and they can play for $39.
$39. Great. Oh, of course.
It's $39.
Right. That's very exciting.
Okay. Most of the time, the lowest we ever go is $49. And that's just keeping our price integrity.
Sure. And y'all have some pretty strict guidelines, I'm sure, laid out by TPC up and down the East Coast as to where you can go on those.
Every TPC course is run by a set of standards and a policy manual. If you can go to the TPC at Sawgrass, you can go to the TPC in Scottsdale, and the TPC in Myrtle Beach, you're going to see the same standards, the same type of uniforms worn by our people, the way that our people treat the guest, the way that the clubhouse is laid out. There may be different designs of clubhouses, but the clubhouse has a set of standards that they go by, as well as the golf shop staff, the maintenance staff, and the grill staff.
Nick, am I correct? I think I saw somewhere that y'all are almost certified in the Audubon Society Cooperative Program?
That's correct. We're in the final stages of that. I think we have one or two more things to do. We should be certified sometime in 2005, in early 2005.
Okay.
That's quite an honor because there will be only the second course in South Carolina that will be Audubon certified, the first being Whispering Pines, which is a public course in Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm. And what's the significance of that? I mean, for a viewer who may not be familiar with that certification.
It's something that the TPC network strives to do at all of their courses.
Right.
And there's very strict guidelines by the Audubon Society, and you have to meet those guidelines which relate to nature and the way that you deal with animals as well as plants and trees and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been going through this process for about 1 year, and we're almost there. If you come out to the TPC, you're going to see a variety of animals. We've got a fox den there. Of course, we've got alligators. We've got all types of birds. I believe we have a couple of American eagles. And, of course, and wild turkeys all over the course. And the course is protected. There is no hunting on the golf course. And these animals know that. We've got probably the most aggressive fox squirrels you've ever seen. They will come right into a golf cart and take a granola bar right out of it.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
That's something you ought to get online. I was visiting your website this morning, tpcmyrtlebeach.com. It's got some multimedia aspects there that take a virtual tour of the 18 holes. You ought to do one of some of those rough rugrats heading around.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
That would be very exciting. You've got a course overview, membership, obviously, and I guess that's the aspect in what you were talking about a minute ago,
Yes.
some of the news, information, tournament, and of course there's a little information. I know folks have been sending out information about this Toys for Tots event, and obviously the Horry County Special Needs and Disabilities group, the ability to split it up with them, and all this will be occurring next week.
Correct. And as I said, this falls in with the PGA Tour's commitment to charity. And I can tell you that I just received a news release last week. To date, since 1938, the PGA Tour has raised over $900 million for charity,
Wow.
given to different causes. I can tell you also that the Senior Tour Championship, when it was held in Myrtle Beach, contributed over $1 million to charity here.
Is that right?
Correct.
Over that, what, 5, 6 year?
I believe it was 6 years.
6 year period.
That's
over
right.
$1 million.
Over
That's
$1 million.
fantastic.
And that's what we're hoping to bring back here.
That is vital, that commitment. I think I saw in 2003 you all got the Golf Operation of the Year and the Facility of the Year.
That's correct.
It's a big deal.
The general manager of our golf course goes to a general manager's meeting every year in January of all the TPCs, public and private. And basically what happens is they pass out awards to the best facilities. We won Facility of the Year, we won Golf Operation of the Year, we won number 1 in customer satisfaction and employee satisfaction, we won the Fiduciary Award, and we won the Safety Award. And we were the most awarded club in the TPC network for 2003.
Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you.
Y'all have got to be thrilled about that.
Thank you. We take great pride in our staff. Our staff, each member of the staff, including myself, goes to a training program called Above and Beyond. This is a Harry Plotkin program. And basically, we have 2 objectives. Number 1, the ultimate in guest satisfaction. That's to go above and beyond with our guests. We want to make every guest feel the experience of what it's like to be a PGA Tour golf professional for one day when they come to our course. From the moment they go to the bag drop to when they go in the grill for a snack after playing golf. And we've been pretty successful with that. Our retention factor is amazingly high for the number of people that play our course year after year. If we feel that if we can get a guest there and play the course one time, they will return.
Nick, do you have family here in the area?
I do, just my wife.
Great. Good.
Yes.
That must be exciting. Has the transition been good for both of you all?
It's been very good. We live in Myrtle's in Pawleys Island, and we really enjoy living there. It's a great lifestyle in the South End.
I know it is. That's a beautiful area down there. And of course, have you been able to find much time to play yourself?
I play mainly on weekends and once in a while during the week, but it's kind of difficult.
Do you travel around to other courses to get an idea of some of the things they're
Yes.
doing? Or you do? Yes.
We do. We make sure that we know what our competition is doing at both the high end and the low end. There are golf courses of many varying rates in Myrtle Beach when you have 115 courses, and we like to know what our competition is doing, what's working, what's not working, and then we adjust accordingly.
And does tpcmyrtlebeach.com, is that utilized pretty regularly to bring folks to the course?
Surprisingly enough, it is, and it's getting more so. I mean, the internet is becoming very invaluable in looking at golf courses and in thinking about golf trips, and now even in booking golf. And we're working on a system right now where you can actually go to our website and you'll be able to book a round of golf. It will hook into the Tee Time network, which we use to book tee times, tell you what open times there are, and you can actually book a round of golf and play the TPC.
That's fantastic. Thanks so much for being here with us this morning.
My pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to more Nick Kuruc coming up next on Carolina People. You got to call this phone number, 843-357-3399, extension 1, whether you're a golfer or not. The importance is if you're a golfer, you got to call it next Monday through Thursday, see if tee times are available, because then your effort is going out and getting an unopened toy valued at $10 or more to be able to get out to TPC Myrtle Beach and get on that course for 18 holes of golf for $39. That's $39, well below their normal rate, well below what folks are paying in the marketplace. The recognition is helping kids. Toys for Tots in Horry County, special needs and disabilities. There's so many folks who need it at this time of the year, really all times of the year, but the phone number is simple, 843-357-3399, extension 1. Give them a call.